Welcome to the VC3 News Update for Monday, July 3rd, 2023. I'm Shalisa Nanton. First, on the local scene, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves expressed his disgust at the recent brutal attack on a Cuban medical doctor here on Saturday morning. Eyewitness News reported that the doctor, who is attached to the Levi Latham Health Center, is in the intensive care unit after the attack, which left his intestines exposed. Speaking via telephone on WeFM's Issues at Hand program on Sunday, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves said he had been getting reports from the police on the incident.
I've been keeping up to date, and P.S. Knights has been informing me, and I've been in touch with Jimmy. It is a great concern, and Pepe, the Cuban ambassador, has been in touch with us. We have been in touch with him, and we are hoping that he gets over this particular injury. But the Cuban people and the Cuban government know that we appreciate very much the work that they're doing, and the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines show tremendous kindness to the Cuban professionals who are here.
The news agency reported that Dr. Alfredo Batista Salgado was attacked on his way to his Mackey's Hill apartment. Minister of Health St. Clair Jimmy Prince also condemned the attack and told NBC Radio on Sunday that the doctors at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital are optimistic about his recovery.
But I also want to join my voice in condemnation of the brutal and unwarranted attack on one of our doctors, a very invaluable member of our health team in Mariaqua. I am the parliamentary rep for Mariaqua, so you should understand my feeling. At the same time, the Minister of Health. And he is a very important in the health service delivery here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I visited him yesterday at the hospital. He's still in the ICU unit. He is stable, but still critical. And the doctors are very optimistic about his recovery. I will go back there to see how he's improving and to lend solidarity with his colleagues, the other Cubans who are in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And you know the extent of the help that we're getting from the Cubans here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So I'm very thankful to them. We were able to publicly thank them at the launching of the MRI at Georgetown. But I want to thank them again publicly for the help that they have been giving us, and also to lend solidarity with them at this time, this very sad time, when they are awaiting the recovery of their colleague. I hope that we are able to find the persons who perpetrated this crime, and also that Dr. Batista recovers quickly.
More on the local scene. July 2nd was the 5th anniversary of the opening of the Georgetown Modern Medical and Diagnostic Center under the theme 5 and Alive. As part of the activities to mark the occasion, last Thursday, the first MRI machine was commissioned at a ceremony held at the complex at Georgetown. Deputy Hospital Administrator Indinga Miller Walker said on WeFM's Issues at Hand program on Sunday that the theme reflects the achievements of the health facility and its impact on the health center. She said there was quite a bit of doubt that the facility would remain in operation for so long.
So we are nearing the end. On Thursday last week, we would have done the unveiling, as I said earlier. The MRI has been installed, commissioned at the Modern Medical and Diagnostic Center. There was about 3 different phases, the housing, the module, or we locally call a container, arrived that had to be installed. That came equipped with all the supportive equipment, HVAC system, small office space. Then the power unit arrived a few months after that. It is important to note that it was necessary to have a separate backup system than that exists at Modern Medical before. And it was quite a bit of challenge and tedious work for us to have a separate electrical supply. So we had to get Vinlec involved in a big way, where a separate transformer was placed in Georgetown to run that power unit. So in any event that we lose power within the district in Georgetown, the MRI can continue to be online.
She said several tests have been done to ensure that everything is in place. One of the most challenging was during the passage of Tropical Storm Brett, and Georgetown was without electricity for an extended period of time, and the MRI was still operational.
A few days ago, I received the helium, liquid helium that is used to power the magnet, the machine, and some pertinent tools that are required for the engineers to, in my layman words, create the magnetic field. They call it, I think, shimming and trimming, but in discussion with them, basically creating that magnetic field. And so we're just awaiting those engineers to do that. I anticipate it would be in the later half of the week coming. And then we would have the manufacturers sending their engineers to conduct application training. Basically, the persons who would be using it to learn that specific machine. And later on, or maybe in the last week of those engineers, another set of training would commence, and that would run for up to 3 months. So it doesn't mean that we would not become operational seeing patients within that 3 months. The idea there is those persons will be on the ground to guide, to basically hold the hands of the persons doing, making sure that everything is calculated correctly and so on.
She explained that it was felt that it is best to take up the offer of additional training as the main focus is safety for the patients and staff. She added that it has been decided that once all goes well by the end of July, the complex should be able to start attending to patients. The Maria Holder Memorial Trust is further assisting this country by the purchase of 2 ambulances, expected to arrive here by the end of July. A release from the API says that this was announced at the formal commissioning of the MRI machine by representative of Barbadian Pace Trust, Peter Simmons Casey. Mr. Simmons Casey said the organization is committed to enhancing health care and other areas of development within the Caribbean. The trust has been instrumental in the purchase of the MRI machine at the Modern Medical and Diagnostic Center, as well as donations of equipment for the maternity and pediatric ward, the intensive care unit, accident and emergency unit, and the outpatient clinic. The trust also helped with a renovated kitchen facility, a central sterilizing unit, 130 beds and mattresses for the mental health rehabilitation center, and essential medical equipment for 3 district center and COVID-19 relief to St. Vincent and the Grenadines through the purchase of personal protective equipment. Minister of Health Honorable St. Clair Prince also thanked the Mariel Holder Trust, noting that MRI machine is at the apex of our imaging service and that at no time in our history has health service has been so well equipped to handle the diagnostic demands of the public. Minister Prince also noted that there are a number of surgeries and procedures being done daily of which the public is unaware, notably continuous work of the World Pediatric Project. Overseas missions like the recent one held by Dr. Hiron Patel, whose team conducted 10 neurosurgeries amounting to 2.5 million worth of care, and a Palestinian medical mission in ophthalmology and orthopedics who performed a number of surgeries in their 2-week stint. Still with our local stories, the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment wishes to encourage persons to take all necessary precautions during this carnival season to protect themselves from infectious diseases, including dengue, influenza, COVID-19 virus, and leptospirosis. For this year, SVG has recorded 74 confirmed cases of influenza, 13 confirmed cases of dengue fever, 102 cases of COVID-19 virus, and 13 confirmed cases of leptospirosis. Influenza and COVID-19 are highly contagious viral infections of the respiratory tract that can cause severe illness with life-threatening complications, typically affecting people of all ages. These diseases can spread when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Some symptoms are high fever, dry cough, sore throat, body aches, and fatigue. Other symptoms include chills, aches behind the eyes, loss of appetite, vomiting, and diarrhea. Dengue is mosquito-borne illness that is caused by the bite of an infected mosquito. Persons are encouraged to seek care early from their health care provider if they are expecting fever accompanied with nausea, vomiting, rash or aches and pains. And those are the local stories. Continue watching on VC3 channel 114 for the regional and international news update, along with the VC3 sports update with Sinead Hackshaw.